Welcome back for war number 4 of season 30. In this war, my alliance Loki is taking on SGA-1, and I'm going to be on a different path this war. It's going to be path 8, and then I've got a boss fight at the end. So, first note up is going to be the buff imbalance power drain, return policy, and divine barrier. It's got a silver Centurion in there. Really, my plan for this fight is just Cosmic Ghost Rider. Get up to that special 2 as quickly as possible. Fire it off and hope to finish them, relatively quickly. I'm not boosting real big. My first 2 fights, looked like they were just going to be, rank 2 6-stars. So, a little bit lower health pool, not really feeling like I needed to throw on, some of my bigger boosts. So, here we go. I'm just going in to get a couple hits to get my power meter going, and then I'll throw my light ending combo. And it didn't really give me as much power as I was hoping. So, I'm going to throw a couple more hits, then we'll parry, we'll get the heavy off. He launches his special 1, so I'm just going to block it all so I don't use my dex. And here we go. Now I'm going to do my medium ending combo right into a special 2. The plan was hopefully for this to finish him off. You'll see it does, and really, really quick fight, even not boosted big. So first fight in the books, exactly as planned. Okay, next fight up on the path is another Cosmic Ghost Rider fight. This time it is against Killmonger. Really the same nodes, the buff and balance power drain, blood into water on this one, and divine barrier. It's pretty much same plan going into it is, just get to that special 2 to try and finish the fight as quickly as possible. The good thing about using Cosmic Ghost Rider here is he's going to start Killmonger off with an armor break, so I don't have to worry about any of his reverberation damage. So here we go. Same as last fight, just going to parry, put in a couple hits, do a light ending combo. This time get a little bit further on the power, but still not quite as far as I was hoping. But there we go. So we got the heavy off now. Medium ending combo. Special 2. Doesn't quite finish him off, but a couple hits with all those armor breaks on there, it's going to take care of him relatively easy. And that's it for my section 1. Now, we're going to jump forward here to section 2. I'm taking this on the second day, and kind of at this point in the war, unfortunately, it's pretty much been determined that this is a loss. So, I've got, the buff and balance, opportunist, divine barrier, and this fight goes about as poorly as it could. Using Black Widow Clairvoyant, it's just a Silver Surfer. Didn't really put much thought into it, think about how I wanted to approach this fight beforehand. Ideally, I would keep the altitude charges down, which I don't do, and that cost me in this fight. So, just going to start off, standard fight. My idea is I want to throw a special 2. That's kind of my goal here is to get that. But, he gets the altitude charge, and then I eat the tail end of his special 1. And, here, okay, it's like, okay, it's not a problem. I know I'm not going to heal it back, but I'm going to throw a special 2. And because of I run MD4, the nullify of one of his debuffs pushed me up to a special 3. So here I'm like, okay, well, all right. But if you notice, I'm only at 9 hits, so it doesn't get rid of that altitude charge, and he's sitting at 2. He's got his special 2. I'm like, okay, not a problem. He throws it, and look at that block damage. Took 25% of my health and just the block damage from that special 2. At this point, I know, unless I fight perfect the rest of the way, this is done. There's no way I can recover from it. He's got 2 altitude charges, approaching 3 in many cases. And here we are again. He's not throwing his special 2. I'm having to bait it out. We're up to 3. Now if I block it all, I'm dead. So, and there we go. We take a couple hits because I mistimed my dex, and it's over. You can see on a parry, I'm losing 3 to 4% of my health. That's the one thing about these fights that have the higher ground champions. If you don't play that timer correctly, a fairly easy fight can turn into a loss very, very quickly. So here he is. He's got his special 2. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do, and just at that point, just mistimed a dex, and it was a death. You know, it didn't really affect the outcome of the war. I would have loved to go through, of course, deathless, but, you know, just didn't play it right. So, you know, I'm just going to go in and finish this off with Cosmic Ghost Rider. You know, I'm not expecting any real big difficulties for him in this fight. You know, same plan as the other ones. You know, couple hits, light ending combo, heavy, finish the fight off with a special 2. And, you know, hindsight, I may have probably should have done this from the beginning and used him instead of Clairvoyant, but you know, I figured Clairvoyant was going to be safe enough, but I just, like I said, completely played the fight wrong for my first death of the season. So, you know, here we are. We're going to approach the last fight on Path 8. It is a Warlock, you know, really same nodes as the previous fights. Going to use Cosmic Ghost Rider for this, and, you know, it's nice to see the numbers that Cosmic Ghost Rider can put up. You know, I'm not buffed huge, you know, right at the moment, and I'm only running half suicides because of the heal block on the node. So, you know, just gonna take the hits into the shield so I don't use my, you know, dex charge. And here we go. You know, 5-hit combo ending in medium, get all the judgments on him, get the power lock, and just hit a special 2. You know, he's down to about, you know, 30%. Couple hits with all those armor breaks, finishes the fight off. You know, 30 seconds. You know, like I said, probably should have done that in the Silver Surfer fight as well. But, you know, the reason I was on Path 8 is, you know, Path 9 was set in such a way that I could not bring Spidey 2099, which I was going to use for the Mojo boss. So, you know, here we are. The paths are all clear. There's, you know, no link on the kind of the evade mini in that upper right hand corner there. So just going to go in and finish this war off for us. You know, you'll see here I'm going to go ahead and throw on my Liquid Courage to complete off the suicides. You know, I've got a 20% boost on and a 15% attack. You know, not hugely boosted. You know, once again, this was a loss going into it. You know, we just, you know, as in typical 2 Loki fashion, start the season off not performing very well, and always have to, you know, focus real hard the second half of the season so that we can, you know, finish Plat 1, Plat 2. But, you know, I am going to throw on some lesser science boosts here. I've got those in Overflow. I've got the Power Start 1 boost in Overflow. You know, really, this fight, once you see it, I don't need those boosts on there at all. I could probably do this fight without any boosts and still be perfectly fine. So, you know, plan here is really just get as many unique debuffs on them as possible and throw special 2s. You know, the one thing I didn't do very well in this fight, you know, is once again, because the war had already been decided, you know, didn't really get his crowd charges, you know, the way I normally would. You'll see here a couple times I just don't really even pay attention to him and, you know, raise his charges up. You know, like right here, he's got the special attack. You know, I should be baiting heavies, and, you know, I'm just not really doing much there. The dodge and attack, you can't really avoid too much, you know, so I'm just trying to bait his special 1 out. He's not throwing it, so I figured I would just go ahead and toss my special 2, get a couple, he gets a couple hits in on me there. You know, and at this point, I am a little worried. You know, he's at his special 2, he's not being real willing to throw it. He finally does. And, you know, the nice thing with, you know, Spidey 29 on this node is, you know, I don't take very much damage. I'm healing up throughout this fight, you know, because of the suicides, you know. And, you know, at this point in the fight, it's, you know, he's down to 50% health. I'm at 97, even taking a couple hits. So this fight is about as safe as it can be. You know, it would take really, really screwing up in a major way for Spidey 2099 to die on this fight. So, you know, here we go. We get to the special 3 finally, since I accidentally threw that special 2 much earlier on, so that I can get the slow debuff on him. You know, that really helps, you know, increase the damage on the special 2. Now at this point I know if I can just get to another special 2, the fight will be over. And, I'm just going to let it play kind of to that point. And you can see there, I've got 5, he's got 5 crowd charges on him. I'm still at pretty much a full yellow bar of health. There's the special 2, knocks him down to 9%. And now we're just going to go in. A few more hits. I think I bait one more special 1. And then we're going to finish this off with a light, or with a special 1. So there we go. That ends up the war. Another very, very clean boss kill. Unfortunately, like I said, this was a loss before that fight, and we just way too many deaths once again. Congratulations to SGA. They fought a good war. Only died 11 times, which is very, very good. So at this point, for the season, I am up to 27 kills with 1 death. I've got 3 boss kills in, and 2 Loki is sitting at 2 and 2. So once again, thank you very much. If you like this, please leave a like and a comment, and we'll see you in the next one.